Right then lads, here we go, returning early as promised with the Champions League group stage draw, where for the first time in the series Cardiff have been seeded first for the draw. And let's take a look at the potential groups we could get. You see the first seeds here and who we are with. The second seeds will be on the screen for you as well, with Barcelona, Monaco, Schalke, Bayern, Milan, Madrid, Atletico Madrid that is, and Porto as well. Third seeds, some big third seeds here as well. Lyon, Inter, Borussia Dortmund, Napoli, Atletico Bilbao Sporting, and Celtic as well we can get. And those are the fourth seeds too. So there's a big potential group of death there. Let's draw our first seeds and we'll see what group we're in. So we've been drawn in Group H, I think for the third time in a European competition. But let's find out our second seed. I'm really hoping it's not going to be Barcelona or Bayern Munich. Let's find out. Well, both of those teams are there. Bayern have now gone though, and it is going to be Barcelona in Group H. Fucking hell. We're in the fourth seeds. I'd say the team we don't want is Ajax. Any of those could be quite tough, but Ajax is the side we certainly don't want. But in the third seeds, I'm hoping to avoid either Lyon, Inter, or Napoli. So let's find out who we've got in the third seed. Napoli have gone, Lyon have gone, but it's going to be Inter Milan in Group H. It's going to be Ajax, isn't it? We've got a bit of a group of death when Ajax have gone in Group A. And you see Group C, what a group that's going to be there. Group F, very tasty indeed, as is Group G. And we've got the Turkish side Besiktas who wrap up the group. So that's a very tough group given to us there. Barcelona. Oh, I just realised! But Lenio's going to come home. But Lenio Fernandez, part of the Barcelona team still. Inter Milan and Besiktas as well. That is a tough group, that. Oh, that's a tough one, that. That's a very tough one indeed. I think second is where we've got a target there. I can't see us toppling Barcelona. I really can't. As we know in Spain, Real Madrid have been the boys. Oh, but Fernandez is injured. Oh, it's fine. It's a cold. But as we know, Real Madrid have been top dogs throughout the course of Spain so far. But Barcelona is still a phenomenal side, obviously. Inter Milan, we can take a look at their side right now as well. Still very, very good indeed. But I'd say this is the team we'll be vying with for second spot. As Besiktas, their team looks like that. You'd say they're the weakest team out of the group. They could possibly be a potential banana skin, especially away in Turkey. But either way, tough group that one. We'll do well to get out of that, no doubt. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 91, and today we're returning with two massive games already so early on in the season. As you take on Inter Milan at home in the first game of our Champions League group stage, then Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge in a potential title battle already just 6 games in. If we have the games though, just can't be getting on off camera, and also show you some more outgoings from the club as well. And of course, in the last episode, you saw our 3-1 victory at Wembley against Chelsea in the Community Shield. I played 6 games off camera to start the season off, all in the Premier League. And as you can see, 4 wins and 2 draws in an unbeaten start. We began the campaign, our title defence season, with a 3-2 victory away against Brighton on the South Coast. We fell behind in the game, actually 29 minutes in through Patagna, but directly afterwards, Maria put us back on level terms. Then right before half-time, Dennis made it 2-1. He has been our player of the season so far to start the campaign off. Eleni made it 3-1, and the Seagulls won a penalty stoppage time and grabbed the consolation in a 3-2 win. And following that, our first home game of the season was another victory, 2-0 against the Borough. Dennis scoring once again, lovely strike there for his second goal in 2 games. And then the 93rd minute, Pedro Antonio wrapped the points up as we got the win by 2-0. After that, 1-1 draw away against Spurs in London. Very frustrating draw this one, though. Alenya gave us the lead 31 minutes in. We are holding on for a big victory away against Spurs, but in the 94th minute, Odriozola called out way too out the pitch. Dude went down left-hand side, crossed into the middle, and Luis Ronaldo, who I've spotted before, a young Brazilian teenage left winger, squeezed the ball in at the near post, seemed to trickle over the goal line in slow motion as Spurs got the point there and prevented us from keeping a 100% start. But after that, one of the wins of the series and certainly the win of the season so far, a 6-2 victory against Liverpool in an 8-goal thriller. at the Cardiff City Stadium. There were 3 goals in the opening 5 minutes. First the OG and then Dennis making it 1 and 2-0 for Cardiff respectively. For Boyer, a Belgian striker, made it 2-1 and put the Reds back in the game and half in deficit. But it was just a brilliant game. Sessegnon then made it 3-1. Boyer then scored again to make it 3-2 heading to the break. And then directly after the restart, Pedro Antonio makes it 4-2. And then Brahim scores a cracking free kick 67 minutes into the game for Vitor. Scored his first goal for the club 3 minutes before the end to give us the win in an 8-goal thriller. What a match that was. And so many of these games off camera are really, really fun, including the very next game away from home against my team, Millwall, at the Den, of course, as we know, in the Premier League for the first time in the save. And we were 2 goals down in South London in this game, man. It was absolutely terrible. Millwall scoring right before the break to make it 1-0. And then 10 minutes after the restart, went 2 goals up. The fans were goading me, no mercy whatsoever. I could already read the headlines the next morning, the conspiracy theories. Doc's throwing the game. But 2-0 down, we battled back to claim a point now and scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. First, Dennis scoring once again, heading the ball in from close range to make it 2-1. And then 2 minutes later, Maria executed a great counter-attack for us as we made it 2-2. We almost won the game and came back from 2 goals down to win it 3-2 as well. Pedro Antonio scored after a corner which into the box, and the Portuguese striker got another goal for us, but it was disallowed by the VAR for a free kick. But spot the infringement. I couldn't see where the foul was at all. I thought that was really harsh there. I don't see any wrongdoing in the box, but it was given, and the goal was chalked off. So 2-2 the final score, and we had to be settled for a point there after battling back from 2 goals down. But following that, our final game off camera and the first game of September after the international break, a 2-0 victory at home to the Canaries as we beat Norwich by 2-0, and both goals coming through that man once again, Pedro Antonio, the Portuguese striker, having a fantastic start to the season. Already 4 goals to the campaign. That's only 1 goal less than he scored in the entirety of last season in the Premier League. So our number 9 this season after a really, really good start. And with so much speculation about Maria, perhaps he's proven a point that if Maria is to go, he can fill in and do the job as our go-to guy up top. So yeah, 4 wins from 6 in the Premier League. That's why right now in the table, as you can see, we do sit in second place, 2 points behind the league leaders Chelsea, who of course we face today away at Stamford Bridge. 4 teams unbeaten to start the campaign off though. Chelsea, us, Arsenal and Manchester United as well. The latter 3 all separated by just goal difference right now. It's been a very good start for several teams, and already I can tell this is going to be a really, really close season this year. But my team, Millwall, for those curious, 9th place. Very good start for the Lions. 2 wins and 3 draws, only 1 defeat in their first 6 games as well. Long season of course, but good to see them starting off well. And also a quick look at the departures as well. There were 3 players leaving the club on deadline day and the day before as well. First and foremost, João Carlos was loaned out to Freiburg. Obviously, after the signing this year of Capital and Umtiti, we got Kimpembe Jordi and also Van Dijk as well. João Carlos would have been 6th choice centre-back in the team this year. So I thought we may as well loan him out. Didn't play a single Premier League game last year, so he's now gone to Freiburg for the year. And we'll see how he gets on the Bundesliga. Also, one of our youngsters went to Hull on loan as well. And also, Jezza Green left the club on a permanent deal. He went to Sheffield United, £3 million. He was out of contract in the summer, and I thought, I'm not going to give him a new deal. He's 23, he'll turn 24 in January. He's not really progressed, despite the fact, as we've seen throughout the course of the save so far, he's had a very decent goal-to-game ratio, but I thought I'd just sell him, cash in if we could. We got $3 million from Sheffield United, and we see how he gets on at Bramwell Lane this year, playing in the Championship. But also, for those that follow me on Twitter as well, you would have seen this last night, but for those that don't, as you saw in the last episode, the Icelandic kid has gone to Crotone in the Serie A, and he scored on his debut in the Serie A as well, and won man of the match. I was absolutely buzzing. It's the only game he's played for them so far, but what an introduction. You'll see the goal on the screen right now. Look at the strike from this. The number 7 for Crotone, just smashing the ball into the bottom corner. You gotta love it. The Icelandic kid scoring and winning the champagne on his debut, and why he's not played since then, I've got absolutely no idea. And also 3 more things to show you before we move into the first game of today's episode. Loads of things to get through today before the Inter Milan game. First and foremost, I forgot to mention this in the season opener, but there have been 2 new contracts given to our players in the summer. As we knew, quite a few players were out of contract in the summer, but 2 players got new deals. First and foremost, Carl Zelenya signed a new contract in the summer transfer window to put into the speculation that he might be going to Old Trafford. It's a new 4-year deal. He's on $100,000 a week, and as we know, Cocky Carls has been superb throughout the save so far. far since we signed him for 30 mil, which, again, don't think it was a club record fee back then in season 6, I think it was. He's been absolutely phenomenal, and I'm so glad he's staying, hopefully, until he retires. And also, Piero Rabiota, he was out of contract in next summer as well. There was interest from Juventus, funny enough, trying to take him back to his native Italy, but we put an end to that speculation as well, as he signed a new 5-year deal, and what a bargain as well. Only £41,000 a week to keep Piero here. Squad status rotation as well. As we know, this kid is really well liked by the fans. He's the perfectionist in his personality. His stats are very decent. Don't forget, he's only 22 years old as well, and already been capped 3 times by his country as well. So Piero staying for another 5 years. Absolutely delighted about that. One more thing to show you as well in the squad is that Virgil van Dijk has announced he's going to retire this season. Interestingly enough, he says he plans to retire. Where are we here? I should say in the dynamics. There we are. In this November. So in 2 months' time, he's apparently going to be retired. But if we look at the squad here, we hover over the retired symbol. It says he'll retire at the 30th of June. So I don't know what's going on there. He might retire in a couple of months. He might retire at the end of the season. I don't actually know, because the player profile tells us something different. So I got no idea there. But Van Dijk will retire at the very latest at the end of the season. And also there has been a change in the dynamics, as you can see. And as we were predicting, as we were hoping, Jason has stepped down from his position as team leader due to the irregular playing time, as we were anticipating at some point this season. And the man that's made a step up, Presnel Kimpembe, finally regarded as a team leader at this club. And as I've mentioned so many times now, it seems pretty clear that at some point he will wear that captain's armband for good, because we love Kimpembe, and it's great to see him now become a team leader. So yeah, starting to the first game of today's episode. It is indeed Inter Milan here in the group opener in the Champions League. For those curious, by the way, match day 6 is going to be at home to Barcelona when Fernandes come back to Wales. I can't wait. But right now in the injury report, everyone is fit heading to the game. We have had some injuries to deal with in this little run though. Jason's gone down a couple more times. Shock horror. He's not fit enough to play in today's games either. We saw Kimpembe go down, but he should be okay to play 90 minutes in this game after playing against Norwich. Everyone else is fit, and this will be our team. 4-2-3-1. Tiki-taka. Fans in goal. Bafro Goncalves, Kimpembe, Jordan Odriozola. And you might notice now our wing-backs are now going to be operating as full-backs in the big games, and wing-backs in the games we expect to win comfortably. Midfield duo, Alenya and Brahim. Further forward, Sessegnon on the left, Dennis on the right, and Gonzalez supporting Maria up top as Antonio will start against Chelsea. And on the bench, Henderson, Capitao, Stefano Ramsden, Victor Salza, Sterling, and our number 9 as well. So first game, it's Inter Milan. Let's get off to a winning start straight off the bat. Come on, you Bluebirds. Interestingly enough, Icardi is still at Inter. They've got Correa on the left-hand side, and Marcus Rashford is lining up front for Inter tonight. And again, already a massive game right off the bat, because if we lose this game here, that's already going to put us in a really precarious position. I'll say to the boys calmly, if we play our game, we'll win. You're all very capable of that. But again, we saw 2 years ago what happens if you get off to a bad start in the Champions League group stage. It can at times be impossible to come back from. We lost our first 2 games 2 years ago, and of course we exited the competition at the group stage. So we've got to get at least a point here, and I'd say a win on match day 1. The first highlight is going to come to the host as well. The OG storming forward. His ball cut out, but he'll track down the loose ball and go down this right to cross. In it goes, and Maria off the post, and it's saved by the goalkeeper as Barcelona take an early lead in Turkey there. Paleo off the woodwork. Again, Pedro Antonio has started the season off very well. He will start at Stamford Bridge, but Maria tonight, I'm looking for him to bag a couple of goals and show us all why he's still the top dog here. Dennis on the ball. And Dennis, oh, well, I say top dog. Dennis has been the top dog to start the season off, though. 6th goal of the season already. Matthias Dennis is just on one right now. I love it when a player who you're not expecting to have an amazing start to the season is the one that starts off on fire. And that's Dennis this season. We know this guy's got all the quality in the world. One of the best right wingers in Europe right now. Last season, a very good debut year for us, helping us win the Premier League and the FA Cup as well. But Dennis with the strike there, 1-0 up. And again, already 6 goals for the season, 5 of which in the Premier League, and our first in Europe. He's been on one. Now a free kick for the Bluebirds. Can we go 2 goals up? Oh, Dennis again. He is just going for it right now. Sessegnon down left-hand side. Back to Helder Goncalves. Very good start from Cardiff. Dominating possession. Looking the far better team. If we can go 2 goals up right before the break, that'll be a big luxury. Helder finds the OG. And it's number 10 on number 10 as he whips one in. Headed away. But Alenya picks it up. He's got space to shoot. We know he can strike him. And oh, good save by the goalkeeper. Turns behind for a corner. It's all Cardiff though. Brahim on the ball, finds the OG, and now Gonzalez back to the Moroccan again, who I'm anticipating this year is going to have that breakthrough season. Finds Dennis, down the right, in goes the cross. Paleo is there, and again, the woodwork is hit. Still 1-0, and that will do it. And I'm going to say that at the break as well. You've played so well, but there is still room for improvement. And I'll individually criticise the midfield too, hopefully get a few more chances in this second half. Right now, the lead being won, I'm not ruling out Inter from getting back in this game at all. They've got the quality, although so far we've kept them quiet. Carlos goes for goal, and spilled with the goalkeeper, and Sessegnon turns in the rebound, and there is the second goal, exactly what we wanted 4 minutes after the restart. For some reason, Dennis is claiming the assist, and I've got no idea how he's getting that, but he'll take it. Alenya's shot was spilt by the goalkeeper, and Ryan first to react. You're taught that in junior football. Follow your shots in, just in case the goalkeeper fumbles it. He does on that occasion, and Ryan is first to respond. 2-0 Cardiff, and as things stand, we're cruising to the victory unless Inter can get back in the game here, but instead we win it back through Goncalves, and if we can go 3 goals up, that will surely do it. Emerson down this right-hand side, finds Icardi, great ball to the middle, and Yannick Touré denied by Stefan Fans. Good stop, son. I was predicting a little bit more of a fight from Inter Milan tonight, but instead, as the OG scores a lovely free kick, he makes it 3, and there are the 3 points on the board. Besiktas are now 3-0 down at home to Barcelona as well. So I did say, that's a lovely free kick right in the top corner. I did say that I think second place is where we should be targeting in this group, and Inter will be the guys we'll be vying for that second place spot, but instead we've dispatched them very comfortably tonight, and it's not going to be a serious injury for one of our best players, but Salza goes down, and that's a potential foot injury for one of our players. We'll play with 10 men for the final few minutes. But still, great game though. That was, apart from that injury there, that was flawless. And Sessegnon plays through Maria. The 10 men of Cardiff should have gone 4 goals up off the woodwork. 3 times we had woodwork in that game. 3 times. We could have won that game like 5-6-0. How we taken our chances. There were 27 shots on Inter's goal, 13 of which hit the target. 2 clear-cut chances, but hey, at least we got the win. And 3-0 the final score. So our unbeaten start to the season continues. That's a very good win. And I will say passionately as well, I'm very pleased with that result and your performance. That is a great way to start the group off, making a statement that we are part of this group. And even though we are going to be vying for second place, there's no reason, if we don't play like that in every game, we could top the group. That's a perfect start. How about the Salza injury? 3 to 5 weeks twisted ankle. We'll be okay though. We've got the depth this year to cover him. Oh, by the way, as well, I forgot to mention this too. There are so many things to show you in this FM save. The OG has requested to withdraw his transfer request, and I granted that as well. So the OG is no longer on the transfer list now. Spurs dropped their interest, and it seems like that was the club he wanted to go to. So once they dropped the interest, he asked to be taken on the transfer list, which he's done. So there's interest from Chelsea and from City as well. But again, as I mentioned, the season opener, unless they match that £105 million minimum fee release clause for the end of January window, he's staying here. All right, so let's dive into the second and final game of today's episode. Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, the front runners in the division so far. And after last season, these were the guys that we'll say they pushed all the way. We pushed them all the way and then overtake them on the penultimate game of the season after they lost to Spurs, and we beat Brighton, I think it was, to win it on the final day. They do not want to make the same mistakes as last year. No slip-ups for Chelsea this season. They want to get the title after letting it slip through their fingers last year. So 4-2-3-1 for the game, and just a 1 change try. I lined up on the back of that win in midweek, and this will be our team. I know 2 changes, sorry. So I was going to play Pedro Antonio, didn't I, in this game. Fans still in goal, but that 4 has gone Cows, Kimpembe, Jordan Odriozola once again. Alenya and Ramsden coming for Brahim will be our midfield duo. And once again, further forward, Sessegnon and Dennis on the wings with the OG supporting. And number 9 up top, who again this season has been very good indeed. 4 goals in 6 in the Premier League. And on the bench, you've got Henderson, Van Dijk, Stefano, McTominay, Rabiot, Sterling, and Paleo Maria as well. So second and final game, another massive one already. Chelsea away at the Bridge. Come on, you Bluebirds. A couple of weeks ago, it was South East London, this time South West London, as we take on Chelsea. And I'll calmly say to the boys, I want you to pick up where you left off last time out, as hopefully we'll get the win and go top of the table here. And again, unbeaten to start the season off, our 3rd trip to the capital already. And if we can get a win here as well to go top of the table too, that'll be a big statement. You know, last season when we got that 5-1 victory against Chelsea, I called it the win of the series due to how much it meant and how after that win we were able to stay with Chelsea until the penultimate game before we overtook them and went top of the table for good. I think this is another one of those games here where it's a statement for Cardiff City. Get a win, and a big one too. We'll be flexing our muscles and showing the teams around us that we are here as top dogs in the league. But as Leon Bailey goes for goal and finds the back of the net, it's the worst possible start. 17.5 minutes in, 1-0 Chelsea, already behind. Fell behind the Den, 2 goals, and now a goal behind against Chelsea as well. Leon Bailey steps inside and the finish into the bottom corner past Stefan fans. I really feel like I should have put Henderson in goal for this game. I know fans got 2 clean sheets in a row, but as we know, Henderson does come good in the big games. Still 1-0. Plenty of time though, plenty of time. No need to panic whatsoever as Kimpembe sends it long for Dennis to flick on. And Dennis, what a start to the season for Dennis. 7th for the year. That is his 2nd in 2 games. And it's 1-1 and instantly we've pegged Chelsea back. When I got Presnel Kimpembe as a ball-playing defender, I didn't expect it to be that good of a ball. What a ball over the top by Kimpembe. Dennis with a lovely first touch and the coolest of finishes as he strokes into the far corner and says to Leon Bailey, anything you can do, I can do just as good. 1-1 and there is the equaliser and another chance here. 21 minutes in and again it's Dennis on the ball. This tie tackle by Hernandez though and the Blues get it back. Beat them in the Community Shield at Wembley. Obviously we don't really care too much about it, but they'll still be wanting revenge. And as Marco Asensio finds his man, Unai Hernandez, who scored at Wembley, is down left-hand side. His cross is blocked though, and Dennis is there. And away goes the speedster. Attacking down the right, dinks over the top. Pedro Antonio! Bottom corner. I knew he'd score as he went 1-1. He's just had that sort of start to the season. And those two there celebrating together. Those two right now are striking up an unlikely, heroic partnership. Dennis has had a fantastic start to the campaign. That's an assist for him. Nice first touch by our number 9 to set himself and again into that far corner. Cardiff completed a comeback already. Chelsea 1, Cardiff 2. An unlikely little bromance developing between Matthias Dennis and Pedro Antonio as we do have that first lead of the game and Helder's got to be careful here. Helder's lost his bearings a little bit as has Alenya and Bailey strikes it wide. Both Goncalves and Alenya going to cut out the loose ball there. They both missed it. So second half underway. Still the lead is 2-1. I like the body language too. None of my players are nervous or anxious out there. They're motivated or composed or convinced. Very good indeed. And that's why right now I feel confident that we're going to hold on to this lead here. We're still 2-1 up. Chelsea can't get a chance. Highlight for Chelsea though, 11 minutes to go. And Bailey's header hits the top of the crossbar. 11 minutes to hold on to a big 3 points here. Corner for Chelsea. Asensio's delivery headed clear by Kimpembe. But straight to Arthur, who goes for goal and fans. Safe hands with the easy catch. Keeps us leading by a goal. And if we counter here, we have a chance here. There's white shirts that could come forward. One is Scott McTominay now starting to come forward. It's Pedro Antonio instead, who's been played forward. And that is not what you need to do in that situation, mate. That's too cocky. That's too cocky there. Just place it into the bottom corner. No need for a little dink there. Just place it or blast it in. Silly. Come on, mate. Think. Seriously. There's just a few minutes to go. Wrap the points up for us and get it done. Alenya dispossessed, and here come the Blues. If they get back on level terms, which they should do, Asensio's 1-on-1. Fans with the save, but it's a free kick. Asensio tripped Kimpembe. I thought it was going to be a penalty there. Thought Kimpembe brought him back, but fans with the save on the 1-on-1 might well have saved the 3 points as well. Another highlight though. Ball to the far post. Goncalves clear straight to Ajapong. Oh, what a story it would have been. A Claude Ajapong scored the equaliser, but I think that should do it. 30 seconds of stoppage time. We're almost there. Jordi boots the ball into Rosed, and that should do it. And we're waiting for the final whistle to come any second now. And there it is. It's all over. A huge win at Stamford Bridge for the champions. We come to Chelsea, who finished runners-up last year and scored 2 goals in 3 minutes after we fell behind, and get the 3 points. The body language is very good indeed. Confident, motivated, convinced and composed. And once again, I'm going to passionately say to the boys, in fact, I'll keep it calm. I'll keep it very calm. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. Well done. 2-1. What a victory. Matthias Dennis, though, what a start to the season. As I'll passionately say, you were spilled a number of chances created in the last match. Keep it up. He has been on one to start this campaign. Look at this across the board right now. 5 goals and 4 assists in 7 Premier League games. Our top scorer in the league so far. And of course in the Champions League, a goal and assist in the group opener as well. Is he second top scorer? No, Pedro Antonio is with 5, but he must be equal with Pedro Antonio, isn't he? So he'll be second, joint second. There we go. And Laycock right now, that English striker I talked about before, Southampton leading the way with 9 goals in 6 games. What a start for him. But what a start for Pedro Antonio and Matthias Dennis. An unlikely bromance. An absolutely love it. Cardiff City top of the table. Chelsea's unbeaten start gone. 5 wins from our first 7. Long way to go. But in our title defence season, we've laid out our stall early and shown the teams that we have got what it takes to win it. Back to back. But that was today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So big thank you for watching. We hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, please drop a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated. And hit that channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I want to gather some pace here in Season 10. And I think what I'm targeting here is a doubleheader in the penultimate game of the Champions League group stage away at the San Siro against Inter Milan, which could be, depending on how the group goes, the game where we clinch the qualification, and Arsenal at home in a big doubleheader as well. And what we'll do after that is City away and Barcelona home, because of course you can't miss Fernandez's homecoming. So yeah, Inter away and Arsenal at home in the next 2 games. So have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I will see you for the next episode where hopefully we are still unbeaten and top of the table very soon. Bye now.